Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we're having our cold trunk coffee. And I wanted to do something right now to try to help our neighborhood out. The only thing I know to do is what I'm about to do. Today, when I was out there looking around, and if you noticed in my last video, I cut it when I said that we could walk across there to the other side, and then I cut it. Well, I cut out the neighbor because me and the neighbor was talking, and I'd met one of my neighbors, and she sounds like a pretty decent person, and we got to collaborating on this water thing. And come to find out, she's done called the state road or the county twice. And she's the one that is pregnant right now. And when she told me that, I'm like, well, I've done called them twice. They never showed up. So if I called them twice and she's called them twice and nothing's gotten done, then that means that we need to break out the big dog. And the big dog I'm talking about is Jim Justice. So what I decided to do was write a letter to the governor's office and let them know what's going on here, and that this is a health issue, it is a dangerous issue, and just about everybody back here are disabled in one way or the other. You know, I've had 3 back surgeries on my back, and you know, I suffer from depression and bipolar, and the lady next door, she's 87 years old, walks with a cane, and she's got to walk across that little dinky, dilapidated walking bridge when stuff like this happens to get to the mailbox. And she likes to go up and visit the neighbors up at the top of the hill. And I swear to God, nobody texts me. It happens every single time. No one ever texts me until I start this camera rolling. Maybe that's how you get conversation. Just start videoing, then you can talk to somebody. So I decided to do this. I wrote the letter, and I'm going to name this video Dear Jim Justice. And I'm going to have a hard time reading this because I'm just not fluent in reading, so you guys can bear with me, and I'll read to you what I have wrote. And after I'm done with this, I would urge any and every person that watches this video to hit the like and comment on your thoughts about this situation. Help us out, guys. We as a neighborhood need to stick together and get something done about a problem that we see in our neighborhood. And we can't do this without you guys. So I'm going to list some numbers, if I can find some. I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to see if I can't find some numbers to the governor's office. If you guys would please go down in the description and call some numbers for us and help us out. Now, I'm probably going to get a bunch of people that hate me over this, but you know what? I don't know what to do about that. There's nothing I can do about that. So, as soon as I find my magnifying glass, that I lose every time I turn around. There it is. I was working on that 3D printer. By the way, finally got them to answer me on that 3D printer. I had already boxed it up and was ready to take and send it back, but they wanted to go ahead. They said it's the motherboard, so they're going to replace the motherboard and send me a new motherboard. So, but anyway, I'm going to start reading this. Dear Jim Justice, hi, my name is Bob, and I live at, and I'm not going to tell the address, in West Virginia, and we are having problems getting the county to do anything to the bridge and road leading into our neighborhood, despite several attempts. I have called the county twice. Another neighbor said she has called twice. Still, they won't do anything about our issue. So here is the problem. It don't matter how much it rains, the bridge disappears underwater. The bridge has not one sign or guardrail, and the water rushes so hard it is taking the road out little by little each time it rains. This is a safety issue and a health issue. When it floods here, we have no way out and no one can get in. We have a dilapidated walking bridge that is our only way past the bridge. But last night, even it was halfway underwater, so we couldn't even get out at all. We have an 87-year-old woman that needs that bridge, and another woman expecting a baby, and if she was to have complications, the only way she could get help would be by medevac to lift her out to the hospital. So I made a video and posted it to YouTube, and several people are not very happy with what they seen. And I appreciate that, guys. We are helpless when it rains here. None of the children could go to school today. This is unacceptable and needs to be addressed ASAP. I had the same issue with the state road where I was living just up the road, and it took them over a year to just come and look at the problem. But they don't seem to care that we are in trouble when it rains. This is the link to both videos, part 1 and part 2. And I sent them the link to both of them videos. We as a neighborhood are tired of trying to get the county state road to do what the West Virginia people pay them to do. And we are prepared to take this to the highest person we can find who will listen to our needs. We are taxpayers and we are disabled, and we need our governor, Jim Justice, to step in and have a safe road and new bridge that is high enough to not be buried by water every time it gets a little bit of rain. The video speaks for itself. Thanks for the time. Thanks for your time, and we would like to see you soon. Bison Workshop. So I am putting our county on notice that we are prepared as a neighborhood to get together and make this happen. We are pleading to our governor, Jim Justice, to do something about this. As it stands right now, the bridge is still underwater, and it's 8:19 right now, and it's still underwater. I just went out there and looked before I started the video, and it's still rushing really hard. I have very little to no propane that was supposed to have been delivered today. They could not deliver today because of the water over the bridge. We got people who tried to go out and get food today. The landlord was able to finally get out, and when he went across it, I thought he was nuts. I was sitting there watching him go across it, and I couldn't believe he even attempted it. But it was up to the frame. So, and he's got a pretty high truck. So, most of us, now I can get out as it stands right now. I don't want to because it's a little dangerous with no guardrails or no indication as to where the bridge is. And if you make one wrong move and misjudge where the edge of that bridge is, you're coming off of that bridge and you're going down the river or into the river or creek or whatever. It's a river now. And, you know, people need to get out and get food. The neighbors down here, they're stuck. They got a little car that's about this high off of the ground, and they can't go out and get food. And, or anything for that matter. You can't get health care here. If something god-awful was to happen, you're stuck. This is dangerous. It's health issues. It's just a bad deal all the way around. So this needs to be addressed. And if this is why I was put here, then so be it. I'm going to step up and make my contribution to this neighborhood and see if we can't make this a safe neighborhood for our neighbors. I didn't help clean out the bridge, but I did fix his tractor after he got done. I happened to get up too late, and by the time I got up, he was already done. But I still helped. I fixed his tractor. That was when I did the fixed his ball joint for him, or tie rod. But I still helped. So I'm going to get with some of the neighbors and see if we can't start a petition and see if we can't get something done about this, because our state road is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I've seen roads around here that actually washed out. Half the road was gone, and it was on a hillside that when you look down, it went straight down. I mean literally straight down. Nothing there to hold any dirt that holds the asphalt. It just, the asphalt and everything just collapsed and went straight down the hill. In fact, I was just talking about that with my buddy Aaron up in Canada. But, you know, the potholes here were terrible. They finally did asphalt this road that goes by my house. But it basically took an act of God to get them to do it. So, if you guys will, please help us out. Help us get this happening so that our governor can see the problems that we're having and maybe get it fixed. There actually needs to be a new bridge built over here, one that is high enough that if it does flood, it doesn't go over the bridge. We have to have a way out of here, because if something happens, as it stands now, we're not going nowhere. So this has to be addressed. So thank you guys for listening, and wish us the best, guys and gals. I always forget the gals. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Later.